Mindful Moodling will be starting in a few minutes. Well, you know how early I am. Anyway, just bear with me, the video's about to start soon. Well, hello, good afternoon. How are you? It's horrible weather here. Absolutely disgraceful weather. So, anyway, I'm going to give people a few minutes. I've got lots of stuff here, but mainly it's just to explain that I did one jellyfish the other day, and it's just gone on and on and on and on and on. So today we're going to do it on a reverse. We're going to do it on a black. So the black paper gives you a chance to do all the light bits and stuff that you want. So I've got some black. Oh, these are the ones I did. Oh, nice, aren't they? With that stuff in it. So I'm not going to waste any of these. Love that. Oh, it's out of focus. Come on, don't play that game. So yeah, these are my practice pieces, but I won't waste these because there's two sides to it. So I've got the black side. Oh, some more on there. Oh, that's a bit crappy, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to use that one. Okay, so I've got a black piece of card or a white piece, or a piece of paper. It really doesn't matter as long as it's black. And I've already done one, so I'm just going to show you what I've done. Because I want it initially to pick up colour on the black. Some colours don't want to be picked up. So I've got a little bit of gesso. I've also got, come on, here we go. Don't have to be gesso. Oh God, it's really thick, this stuff, because I'm getting to the bottom. So it's only because I've left the lid off a couple of times and the air's got to it. Right, a little bit of gesso. Just show you what I've got. I'm using Cadence. So I'll show you what I've got. I've got some watercolour, different colours. I've got the white. I've got my watercolours here. Everything I've got today is going to be, it's all in that little description. I've got some jelly rolls, some white pens. I've got it's all there. It's all there. So, if anyone wants to know what, sugar, sorry. If anyone wants to know what I've got, just have a look on there. So I haven't said hello to people. So if you can I ask you to go on YouTube and watch it? Only because I'm trying to get my system up so it recognizes it. And at the moment, I'm getting all the views on Facebook, and you could really do with them on YouTube. So hello, Facebook users. Oh yes, hi Susu. Hello Dawn. Oh, on your day off. Hi Jenny. So I can't see names on some of these because you're watching on different things. So don't worry, I do know that. And if people are wondering what all this is here, this is me being attacked by the bush, the brambles. I was going to let it grow. I've let it grow for 2 years, and it's took over the garden, so I've had to cut it back. Anyway, so what I want is a sheet like this, which is, it looks crappy, doesn't it? But there's a reason for this. It's got a key now. So I'll show you how I did that. Dead easy. You need a scruffy brush, or a proper little bit of what's it called? A little bit of foam would do even better, actually. So, hey, who wants me? So got a little bit of foam. I'm using the foam from Highlights. So I've missed you out, I do apologise. Hi, Karen. Right, I mean, I've got so many ideas for this. These were from some food packaging, one of them food deals, and I just loved them because I'm getting very clumsy, trip over my breath. So got my water pot there. I always put it now on a sponge because I just splash everywhere. Well, it's not just this, I splash all over it. So got that there. I'm sorting myself out on a sponge. I've got my little bit of sponge. I've got this. I'm going to damp my sponge first. I tell you why. Because I don't want concentrated because it's very thick. I'm just going to pick up a little bit and then I'm going to use my spray bottle on the paper. This is a very fine one and it's got a hugely dispersed area to use, and I'll be honest with you, it's marvelous because I don't get like it like that all over. So here you can do it all the way off. I quite like it all the way off because I can concentrate some in the middle and then the other end, dry water, hey, a bit of water there, and that blends it out. You can, well, I think you can do some granulation. It looks like cauliflower ears. It's great, and that's just doesn't normally happen with acrylics because it's a smoother action what you're doing. But with paint and watercolor particular, you get a reaction when paint's just started to dry a little bit, and you come along with another bit wet next to it. It goes a bit doolally, so it's like, no, get off. So what you're looking at is that this looks quite light, but honestly, when it dries, but if you want to, there's nothing on that. Just dab your brush or your sponge. Kitchen sponges work great as well. And then we've got a filmy look. Okay, so that's that. Leave it to dry, and it dries really quickly. This is just paper. This is card, as I said. So I've already got one done. So I can leave that to dry. But first of all, I want to show you what I've been doing. So you don't think I've been sat doing now. I have been drawing like a crazy person. I am a crazy person, so I feel that I'm allowed to say it. So I've been looking at wonderful different jellyfishes. So I've been drawing them, and if you're a Patreon, you've got some of these. So, and also like my new stamps, I'm not showing you anymore. And I just thought this just goes, I don't know, more and more and more. And that's the one we did the other day. So I'm showing you everything here. I'll get shot. Oh, I don't care. You know what I'm like. Right, okay, I'll move that over, put that there. So the ones I've been looking at today are very stylized because these are the silhouettes. Now, if you are in Patreon, I can perhaps, if you ask me, I can send you these, but these are the basic silhouettes of the different sorts of jellyfish, okay? Here's some more. So they've all got very different sort of like feely things. They've all got like different legs and they look different and they behave differently. So I wanted to capture that. So they're the ones. I will put that on the freebie for everybody. And the one that I'm going to do is very gentle, and it's this one. Now you can hardly see it, and it's sort of triangular. I've drawn one version out. You can use the versions that I've already given you. I've given my Patreons 2 massive A4 digits that you can change how you want, and you can then alter them. Emma, hello, darling. So you can then alter them. But the thing that you do need to do, just going to try and I should have really got this a bit drier. I did it at 8 this morning at 9 o'clock, so you'd have thought it'd have been dry. So the other one is drying nicer. Can you see? Use the scrubby brush. This is better. This is better. Still damp though, but I'll use this one. So this is with the sponge for those people who've just come in, and this is without. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of. Hey, I found my pencil. Oh, I've got another one. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to use, believe it or not, a cream pencil and not the white. I will use the white in a minute. Now, if anybody's ever noticed or wanted to know, and I'm going to use a beige as well, which is like a soft grey. The watercolour pencils are hexagon shaped in the, I was going to say Ferrero Rocher. It's not Ferrero Rocher at all. It is Faber-Castell. So watercolours are all like that. Polychromos are like that. Okay, so there is a difference. So if you're like me and you think, well, what's what? So I'm going to draw it. So like I said, I've got my drawings sort of here, but I got this tracing paper the other day. It's absolutely rubbish. Look at this. All it is. You can't see through it. All it is the old top. I'm sure it's Sennheiser. It's not even a sticker. Look at that. What can you see out through it actually? Look at that. You can't see. Look at that. You can't see sod all. That is pathetic. Be good for printing collage on though. Oh, what am I pressing here? Get off. Right. Oh, sorry. I've gone all do lol now. Right. Okay. So that's ridiculous. Great for collage paper. Great for collage paper. Nothing else though. Not on your Nelly. Right, get all these out of the way. Okay, so I don't want to use a white pencil because it's not for what I want. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw out my jellyfish. So I'm using a grey. I'm going to see if you can see it. I'm going to see if I can use my cream. It might be better for you. I'll use my polychrome on, you can see. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go a white pencil. Now I'm using a watercolour, obvious reason, I can wash it out. Oh, the weather's, have you heard it? So I'm just going to sharpen this up. When you're sharpening your pencils, like I'm going to get rid of all my other, sharpenings, and I'm just going to put them somewhere safe. Right, I'm going to put them in the bin because I do like using them now, I do like, I'll put them a little bit in the bag. I'll put them in that bag, right. Okay, so empty your sharpener and have it just for colour. And the reason for that is because all the bits of white that come off, you can use as flecks of watercolour. This pencil sharpener goes a bit, a bit too much. Right, so let's see what we got in here. See the bits, well, there won't be much, but bits in there can use as paint. Right, so thank you guys for going on to, I really do appreciate it going on to YouTube because it means I can get some numbers up. So just bring it in slightly like that, because otherwise it starts to look like a mushroom, and I know it is a mushroom shape, but then just put a line. So if you was doing this using my own method, you would put a circle and then chop it up. So if you wish, do that. So here, I'm going to put like it's a really rubbish veil, but you'll get the idea. Then I'm going to put like a skirt there, okay? And this is going off my, can you see my drawing? Okay. So then we've got that. Then what we've got is, if we put in a square band like that, this is just to help you get sorted. And then a sort of shape like that. Now I think purposely it could do with being moved up a little bit. So in an ideal world, I might chop that off. In an ideal world, I might just take that up a little bit higher. So let's go for the middle bit now. So this is the outer. I'm going to draw another one. And I'm going to draw. See, we're trying to create transparent layers. So if you're grasping it, you'll get to understand that there's easy way. Sorry, that's rude. If you get to understand that I could have done that first and then gone over it. Yeah. Oh, it looks terrible, doesn't it? So here we're just going to go, and it's got a car there. Okay, so we're looking at layers, like hence more layers. So outside, next layer, interior, and this interior moves down to, so put that interior like that because it moves down to these. Okay, so the next one is, let's go for one. Let's do, oh no, that's wrong, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, okay, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Do it again. Like that. So in, out, in. Get me? And then these are going to be all, and the only reason I've done that triangular thing is so that you can see where it sits. Now I'm hoping that these will become stamped because I think they're beautiful. Now I'm looking at that and I don't know what you think. I haven't got any. Hello from Australia. Hello. Oh, hello, Sam. Assuming black or clear gesso won't make. Clear gesso will. Clear gesso I'll do the same thing on black. No problem, Bev. No problem. So I'm hoping that from April I'll be teaching in the monastery. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Pearl. Hey, well done. Going back to the uni. Oh, I hope you don't mind me saying that. Oh, there's some people. Yeah, I'm hoping that Rachel can have a sneaky bit here because she's just doing her head in hospital. She's a brave soul. Right, I'm going to, if you look at it, it's, to me, it's not sitting right. So I'm going to bring that down a little bit. Okay, so bring that out and then down there, out and down. Now that fits better. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some cream. Now I've got my watercolor brush. It doesn't matter what you use. It's got to be something that you're happy with. I'm using a Van Gogh and I'm going to use cream. Now I've got a couple of creams here. I've got let me think now. This is It'll come to me. It'll come to me. That's a Holbein one. Jean. Brilliant Jean. And this one is, I think it's something like ivory black, ivory white. Okay. So, I know, Emma, we can. It's rubbish, isn't it? Hi, Sarah. Oh, yeah, do it, Pearl. Do it. I'd love to go back and do something else. I'd love to. So here, I'm just getting a little bit of watercolour. I'm getting the Jean and I'm going to try it on the black first. That's so much nicer, isn't it? But I'm not doing it now. I'll do another one. See how bright it looks. So that's perfect. Get a little wash. Now, if you haven't got that, what you can use is your gesso, and I'll show you. Get your gesso. I'm going to use the top of this so you can see. Right, okay. Put your gesso on there. Now, it's already got dirt on that, so perfect. Tiny bit of wrong colour, actually. I don't want it that colour. I want a cool colour. So I'm going for umber. Umber, umber. Right. Now, perfect. I'll show you again. Now, I know I'm using acrylic and watercolour, but it really doesn't matter because the watercolour colours the acrylic and makes it permanent. Right, okay, let's test this one. So I've got my own now. Perfect. So if you haven't got watercolours that colour, it really don't matter. But if you're like me, you think it's mad. Oh, I've got to get it, got to get it. It's mad. So here I'm going to put a veil on. Okay. So I've got my yarn. I've got my. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Now some of the lines will disappear, but it really doesn't matter because that's only a guide. So veil. And this is exactly what we would do with watercolours, but we'd do it starting with the lights. So now we are with the darks. Sorry, I'm masking out. I'm just going to put in some here, just to get that. Notice I'm not scrubbing it all in because the brush marks will make a difference. So I'm trying to keep brush marks within the lines of the drawing. So here, I don't want that. So I'm just going to put a wash out there and then just now get your sponge, soften it all out, soften everything, because what you don't want is that edge too heavy. Okay, so soften it out. This is where the watercolor pencils come in, but you can use anything you want. So there we go. Get your sponge, soften it all out. Okay, now the thing is with this, it's layers, so you have to dry it. So get your dryer on. Now I've got stuff in my car ready to go. I'm on the ready. I'm on the ready. So my other dryer's in this, but I quite like this one so we can pack it up nice and neat. So dry it off. Oh, Sarah, I'm so proud of you doing all your work, my love. And Emma, you're just my star. Well, you all are. Denise, hello. Denise used to be great with the girls. Right, so dry it off. And this is just old paper that my practice is on. You know, I've been doing it. I found it, but I'm not using it, wasting it. Use the back of it. I'm just laughing at that. I must be about 15 years. No, 10 years. And then I met Steph and I did it again. Right. So don't have to be perfect, but it does need to be dry, otherwise you're fighting an uphill battle. So the next layers we're looking at are we're looking at both of them. We're looking at this more like column and then this overriding sort of shape where they come down. So we've got this, quite happy. It just needs some work on it. So this is where we come in with some work. So now we're going to put the next layer on, okay? We're going to leave this as it is, and we're going to go with our watercolour, and we're going to get the next layer. So I'm going to use the Brilliant Yarn again, and I'm just going to put, oh, it's got green on it. I don't want green. It's green in there. So I'm just going to put Brilliant Yarn, and I'm going to go on my lid with a little bit, because I love this umber. Umber is a cool colour, so I'm not going to get a warm beige. I'm going to get like a cool beige, which is what I want. I don't want it to be too much. So I'm going to check. It needs to be a bit whiter. So go in with the Chinese white. I think it's Chinese white I've got there. Right, and now what I'm going to do is I can still see my line, so I'm just going to put in a line there. Now, I'm not a lover of that line, so that's what you do, you pounce it down. Right now, so can you see I'm putting a bit of thicker colour on it. Right, and I'm going to bring that in a bit. So you put the line on and bring it in. Don't try and, you can smooth it out by all means if you know what you're doing, of course you can, but you do it your way. If not, just allow it to come in a little bit like that. Then we're going to dry it. Don't matter about the blob. Yay! Hey, Colin went out yesterday. Woohoo! Linda, you can type whatever you want below. Right, next thing is a little bit more colour. And we start the inner one. Well, as you can see, I've sort of naffed it up a bit there. So I'm just going to take that off. Leave it on. Don't matter, the layers are better. So I'm just going to put in, there we go. So clean it off. Bring it in. I'm hoping that you can see. Hi, Kim. No, you're not. You were all chatting and realised I know what you're blooming like. So here, it looks awful, I know. Here, what I'm going to do is bring that in there and bring that in there like that. And if anyone saw the beginning picture, it's this what I drew in. And you can just see there's like the outer and then the inner and then the main core. So I'm just going to put in there like that. Okay. So each layer, the line gets sort of brought into the middle and brushed out. So, but don't. This is like your undergarments, you know. This is like your girdle or whatever you want to call it, your under knickers, because this is all this is the layer that the other stuff sits on, you know. So it doesn't have to be anything really. It's a guideline. So like that. Were you not chatting? Sorry. Oh, thank you. Right, I'm just going to move them over. Who'd have thought it, Jane, eh? Who'd have thought it? All these things that have gone on. We're amazing, aren't we? We're amazing at this human being body. I mean, look at Colin. Wow. And Kim and Rachel. You know what? They're brave souls. But I've got to say it. You know, when you say to some people, "How are you?" Like, "Oh no, oh, what have I done that for?" You're going to get an epilogue. Sometimes you've got to let them talk. But sometimes you just think of other people, how they were. You know what I mean? We all do it. We all do it. So I'm going to dry this out. Now, all I did was put those like bumps on. Now, as you can see, it's still grey. And the reason I've done that is so that white stands out on it. Now, don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anything. This would look great with glitter pens, glitter paint. You could use acrylics with extender or watercolour medium. You could use ink, anything. Just dry in the back. It gives you a good idea where it's still wet, as you can see. So I'm going to do one of these for my Patreon in stitching and another one where I'm going to felt with it and everything, but that's the Patreon, so don't want to keep harping on about that. But that's M3 upwards. So right, okay, so the next thing is I need to sort of bring this together with a little bit of the lines. So I'm going to do like not invisible lines, but almost like halos. So I'll show what I mean. Now this particular one has almost invisible lines like that. You can't actually see them. So my advice is put them on like that, and these come to a weird, they come to a V, a main body, but it's very hard to see because it's almost, well, it's transparent, isn't it? So I'm just going to put that on there and bring that on. Can you just see them now? I'm going to put a few more on because I wiped them off. That's all. Now I'm going to change brush because that's like trying to paint the fourth bridge with an inch brush. So now what I'm going to do is just bring in this is a very fine brush, and I've got a rigger as well. Actually, that's what I'm looking for, my rigger. There we go. No, where's me? This is my £6 brush, worth every penny, and it's from the SAA, and I have got some, and it is 1mm. Is it a knot rigger? Yeah, knot rigger. So put your paint on and then brush it off. Sounds stupid, don't it? I get lots of people saying about the layers. But the reason is these build up for the next and the next and the next. But we're building up a translucent. If you think about this, we're trying to build up transparent layers. So I'm hopefully trying to explain how you would do it. Right. So that's the halo on it. I hope that's okay. Is everyone all right? Oh, great. I'm glad to hear that. 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 Oh, it's great to see everybody. It's so nice when I get lots of people watching from different places and that. So now we look at that. I'm going to put them away, but you get your jelly rolls out as well because these are so good. I've put the Secura jelly rolls on it. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Secura jelly rolls. I'm just going to give it a little bit more transparency. And I've got my pencils and I've got colour. So I have got this one and this one. Now, as of yet, you change the colour to suit your needs. You know, we could do a bright pink one or a bright green one. So I'm just going to check that, and I'm just going to see. Oh, that's perfect. So I'm adding some wobbly lines. So got my brush. That's the rubbish one. Got my brush. Wash over it because these are water soluble to a point. Now you see here, I don't like that. So I'm going to get rid of the white in it and just rub this over. Okay, a bit more water is needed. Perfect. So that colour was, believe it or not, that was a moonlight, and it was, they're all point. I can't see a colour, but there we're gonna, I'm half blind. I'm gonna dry this off. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But I am losing the sight quite badly. I'm losing everything this time, and enough to, I do apologise. I hope I didn't offend anybody. Right, okay, now, oh, Emma, do you know, I look back and I look at all the people from the group from 2000 and whatever, and the amount of people who've gone from the group and you know, moved on, but also done really well, and they've got their own brands out and all that. And I remember them, you know, starting. Well, I won't call what I had a DT, but it was really cool to think that they've gone so far. I'm very proud, very proud. Although some of them don't talk to me for whatever reason they want. I've got past all that. I don't care anymore, but they've gone on to do other things. So I'm looking at my thing and I'm just checking. Oh, yeah. So I'm using a grey, and it's like it's called Warm Grey 2. So I'm just adding it on the inside here just to give it a little bit more depth. So it's just there. Like that. Now, because it's a watercolour, I'm going to disperse it so it won't look so rubbishy. Like that. Then what I'm going to get is the yellow. I'll put the yellow in here. These are all Faber-Castell. I'm using watercolour pencils, but I've put the link for the others and everything in there. It's all in the description. So I've got yellow, I've got the beigey grey, warm grey. Okay, so that's sort of, hopefully, can you see the sort of layers coming through? I do hope so. So here what we've got is grey. Now I'm using dot ovals. Can you see? You can see better on the screen than I can. Seriously. Ooh. So I'm putting a base of colour down, and this is for people who find watercolours a bit challenging, and that's fine. That's fine. So use it in a pencil. You feel a lot safer, and that's cool. That's absolutely cool. Now I'm just going to show you a nice way to blend. So what we're going to do is just bring that in there. Bring that in there. Don't have to properly sort of match. I'm going to leave the rest for it. We're going to get a shading brush now, and this is, I thought it said oral wash. It's an oval wash, right? And it's flat and round. So it's creating one stroke like that. So that's cool. And then we're going to go using very little water. Like that. And then we've got one around the outside and then in the middle. I don't particularly like using the pencils when they're wet and wet. I don't. I always get a line that I'm not happy with. I'm just going to bring these. That's better. So I'm just losing some. I think the camera makes it look better. I'll be honest with you. So I'll dry it off a bit. Now, if I can recommend something that's worth it, and it's a Dr. White bleed-proof whiting. It's brilliant. These Posca pens are on offer at the moment as well. These metal tip ones, 5 to 15 quid. I'll show you how fine the tip is. Ready? Okay, right. So we've got, that's the basis of the first starts of layers. It moves on and on and on, but you can do any colour you want. So let's look now at my drawing. It's got like these wiggly layers on. Now these have to be fine at the moment, so I'm going to use a fine pen, not a thick pen, a fine one. You can start using glitter if you want. You can do whatever you want, it's yours. I'm not going to use glitter yet. I am going to go on with a medium. I want a fine. I'm looking. Aha, got it. These Signo fines are amazing. And you get the Signo broad. I've put them all on there. So broad, white, fine. Okay, so I'm going to use the fine one. And this is where I start to put my detail in. So if it doesn't work, cup your fingers, go like that. Starts to work. And very lightly. My old friend Emma said. Now I'm using very little force. Now if it's wet, it won't work. So that's better. Right. So leave that to dry a little bit. So all I'm doing is giving it a very fine line. And you can see where the paper's wet, the pen's like arguing with it. Now, this you can moodle on if you wish. You know, it's entirely up to you. And because I'm using the fine, I'm getting a nice fine line. Who's not been good? I can't see the name of the person who said mental has not been too good. Now, I'm going to put one there, but I just think I'm going to need another colour for that. So I'm going to put in a gold. And this is a glitter pen. It's not working very well at the moment because I've not warmed it up, but I have got a Signo silver. I should have a Signo gold. Oh, there's my water. Oh no, it's Caran d'Ache. That's not the watercolour. Right. Oh, come on. That's one. I'll use the bright one here. See if this makes a difference. This is a jelly roll. Yeah. You can just see it. Yeah. Now, this looks absolutely terrible. I do agree. But it won't, honestly. So we've got this here. We've got maybe a gold on here too, just to give it a little bit. Now, don't worry about this because it's going to get better. Thank you, Jane. Woohoo! Get in. Oh, Suzanne. Right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, that it's not liking it very much, and I'm not liking it either, so I'm going to go back to my Jelly Roll 10. Like that. Now these are just the basic lines, so this gives you an idea. But now what we can do, as Jane said, please listen to what Jane said because that's incredibly important. That if you've got the polychromos, the Faber-Castell watercolour, and they do match up. Oh, I've lost lots of people. Right. Okay. So now, oh, it looks awful. That's probably why they've gone. Right now, I'm just going to put in a little bit of white there. And then, believe it or not, a little bit of dark. And by dark, I mean like a grey colour or a warm grey. And it should be darkened. That's to build up some colour there. So we've got that there. Got this here. And I've left that bit a little bit fine. There's a reason for that. Okay, so we've got all this. I really believe that you need to have um, sort of pictures that you like. So I tend to always. Oh, am I still there with you? Because I'm not getting very good feedback here. It's terrible. No, it's for some reason. Where have you gone? Where you go? Go back. Oh, it might. My whole system's gone off. Um. Oh gosh. What has happened? Excuse me 1 minute. Where have you all gone? Please bear with me. Something's gone wrong with my computer. Oh my goodness me. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to put my. I'm sorry about this, but I've got no screen whatsoever. I'm just gonna put on my. Oh no, 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 no. Mom, that won't help, will it? Bear with me. This is kind of crazy. Sorry. I've got you back now. Oh, I've just spilt all my water. Right. Right, okay. So while this is drying, while this is all drying, I'm just going to get my white pen and I'm going to go start with it. So here, bring in, I'm using a white over the top, like that. Sometimes you just got to wiggle inside the line, and then that way it's not being stopped by. Excuse me, that's coming. Right, so now I'm going to have to go to my because Posca with it being I advise you. I think this is the old one. Out of all of them, I've picked the old one. It'll right. Got another one here. There we go. Right, okay. No faffing. Okay, so it's not registering it, but uh, I'm having a really bad day today. Just rub it in. Look at oh right. So now what's happening? I'm having a really good day today with this. So you will see how I have to get out of it. So wiping the paint. I'm wiping so much. Right, let's try this. Right, there we go. Yeah, doing what we call so now time. He'll come to me when I'm ready. It's not macaroni, something like that. So I'm just putting in some veins. Um, vermicelli, like vermicelli. So I've got the centre part. Oh no, you're not falling as well, are you? Right, so we got the centre part. You might hear a double. Sorry about that. Now what I've done is just where it's blogged, I've just gone in a bit more stability or whatever. Um, I'll put the yellow round it, not too heavy or light. It's just to give it another colour. I'm using my finger to get out. I've already started going, so next is put these like little lines just to define it a little bit. No, not all over, just in parts. Pointillism, so you can join etch to some sort of detail. And you noticed how those gone right in there. You've lost lots of the brightness. No, because they are bright, but it's toned. So each layer as we're working back to front. Okay. This is how some of the masters used to do lace cuffs, collars, and all big ruffs. So we're building up the lace look underneath. And then the last colour that goes on is the thick white. And you're only drawing actually on the light. You're not drawing anything else, you're drawing the light. Try and give it some wobbles to make it moving. Starting to look better now. Hi, Caroline. So you can see now it's starting to get that. Now, just out here, because it's not covered by this, you've got more chance of it moving. So this is where you build up more of the dotting. Because it's more visible. Just going to give this a shake. So even though you've got that line that was there, we've actually built up the line with blood. So you can see here. The line is a guideline and we're going each side of it. It's just experience. Um, yeah, I would like it wasn't experience, but I would also say it was like I'm not giving up. This is my people. I'm doing it with you. I have a crap day. I can show you, but I will show you. Right now, on this outer line, that's gonna be the last bit. I'm looking at this, and I do need to bring in a little bit of some dark. So what I'm doing is putting some black. Now this is a black brush pen, but it does the same. So I'm just putting some little. So if you've not got these, you can use anything darker and I'm just putting a brush on, soften it a bit. I don't want it too heavy. There we go. Give it a little bit of depth. What we want to do is bring some dots in a triangle, and I'll show you both ways. That's one. What we can do is get a pencil. Find this pencil I've got. So it's a 3. So you can put that in it. If before I battered everything with water, I could use Payne's grey, which isn't black, and it isn't blue. I'm using a bit of umber. Right, so if you want little fine lines, just to down it. Yes, Emma, absolutely. It really makes you backwards or detail in terms of building up layers. Absolutely. So I'm going to use yellow and see if it works. Still a little bit low, but I'll do it round just to give it a little bit more. Don't really like too much colour at this point. So now we've got this awful crazy effort of a fish. So I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to get a pen that works. Right, start the middle. And you just do lines and then fill in the space. This is very mad. Don't scribble like I just did. So I've got two of these like marshmallow wafers. And again, layers. Right, so we've got these strange looking. I quite like them, but acquired taste. Just gonna see if we can just build a bit in the middle. At the moment, it's too wet. So what I'm going to do is build up this layer. What I'm doing is put the layer on, ignoring the. Right, so we've got this shape now. What I'm going to do is create the. All right. Now, on the top of all these layers, I create these lines. And doing this, it makes it look. There's another layer. Because I'm drawing over it. You know, normally we'd leave that bit white, wouldn't we? The papers would mask it out or paint it white, but now we're doing that. So we've got this. It's almost got a an aura halo. I'm just bringing the top into the. Now those colours that were underneath. are giving it a bit of a glow. And I'm just sounds like a submarine. What's going on? I think it's coming together a bit better now. So we've got this glow, and when I put spots close to like in if you're doing cartoons, sometimes this would be like somebody smelling like got a Hong Kong vintage vintage pasta for those that know. So it sort of gives you the idea of emitting some. I'm going to do it all because this is very sad. So layers are very important because layers are all about thinking of one thing or another and the relationship between products, images, and likes, dislikes. It's all about building up, having the strength to carry on. And that was a really good one today because I've spilt everything. It all went boobs up. And I just show you how I get out of that. It might help you if you have a under day like that. So I'm starting to see the old feeling that I want. Now the tentacles or whatever they're called, they have a sort of invisible line and they're almost like an anglefish. If you know them, it's got like a little thing on the end that attracts its prey with this it's like line. That's why they call it anglefish. And then it's like, whoa. So I'm just going to go into the line of just that line there. Extra in the middle. Right. So now what I need to do put some stuff into this. 'Cause I'm not liking that. It look too round. So see if this is working. Pain in the bum when yeah. Right, so now I'm going to do black wiggle line. It softens. I don't want it to look like a chocolate. I'm getting rid of solid line. So it's still not, but oh no. This is quite time consuming. But the effects is lace work. It's very rewarding. By bringing the black in, I'm taking the line that was solid and sort of introduce the black and give it a little bit of a glow. And the more black you use, obviously the darker it'll go in. You can start to see the and all I'm doing is see, it doesn't like the pen, but it likes the colour pencil. It doesn't like the oil bed or wax or whatever. Just adding a few. And we've got the white, the layers, black on the white, on the black, and just adding the layers. So here, in depth. Wow, now we're in it. So in the Patreon, I put a couple more pictures this morning and I've got a template for the different shape. Putting some dark. Beam me up, Scott. Right. So bright lights on there, the Charlie there, and just almost like a busy highway on the veins. Just a few. Right. Okay. So now I lift you up. So now we've got our main. They actually are quite a brilliant shape because I love art, believe it. I'm not doing the actual lines. I've done quite small, so nice one. Just maybe gonna have bigger. And if you go online, you'll actually see this. I can't remember what it's called. And they actually do look like. I don't know whether that's um, artistic license. Don't care. So I'll put some bigger ones here. What I'm going to do is just, I don't want to put heavy lines. So I'm just adding like a lava. There we go. We've little lines. So we've got our halo, our little lines. I need to put some red a bit. That's perfect. Make sure I point that out. But they do move. Now I don't like that, so what I'm going to do is just change that to oh, with pencil. Just bring it there. Card really will help work on it, but it'll be fine once you write it or dry it out a bit. No, no. I think the last bit is oops. No, this is where you or not. It's entirely up to you. Do whatever you want. No, I'm just going to introduce some nice coloured lines. Um, I'm using gold. Forgetting that there's anything. Bit of gold on it. Right, last piece. No, it won't let me draw, but I would draw on this. Not let me draw. Oh, I know. That's it. Sorry, I forgot the ones I was using. I have got some ink here which work. So if you want to use your ink, I'm just going to use these in italics. I've got to put things underneath. You know what? Everything's wet. I'm using the. You don't have to. You can use all sorts of paint. I'll put on before. So put these up. just adding more layers. Yeah, that wind is awful. See how that side's now built? It's a long-winded process, but it's well worth it. And you think at the beginning, especially when it looks so bad, you're like, oh, what am I doing here? What is she doing with it? But have the strength to get on, continue, and then not ready. It's not finished until you like it. So I've got a nice blue in there, and I just want to put the darker one in there, which is copper. See the glow? Long-winded. Right, so I've got the glow on now. I'm going to look for this here. I need to put some. This is dark umber. So why did I put this on the top of the? Well, it takes the white. If I'd have put it on, white on it, I'd just be getting the same light. Whereas now, I'm getting the beige coloured blood. That's an artistic. Right, so we've got a bit more there. Just one area, just right underneath. Right. Getting a bit of cold. Old gold or bronze, whatever it is. Not worried about that, but that will dry and it breaks up. That's better. Put in a little bit of dark. All I'm doing is taking it down now because it's too much. So I'm using a black or grey. No, not black. A Payne's grey. And that hopefully softens down some of that and gives it that glow, proper glow. And then I'm just so you're actually putting, you know, fine lines back. Now you can go back and add a pen if you wish. But I'm just going to close that down. Leave it to dry. I've had enough of it now. I could do a pink one, a blue one, so you know anything I want before I forget you. That. So the second on the Jellyfish is we've gone from colourful to the extraordinary, which when it dries will look really cool. Um, and I would put some more detail on that. It needs some more white. But then don't forget we've also got the all the different shapes that there is. We started with that one, which I would do repaint it. But we've done loads here, so that's another design I've done. Those all sorts. So if you go onto the YouTube and look at not YouTube on Google and look at different colours of jellyfish, different mediums. I'm not happy with that yet, but I will do. I will get it right. Um, but that's what it's like. I mean, I've done some more on this, so this would be perfect stitched or painted on fabric, which is something I might do next. But I would love to see this painted on fabric and stuff. But I would love it even more on rice paper. Oh, someone else has just said they like it stitched. Right, well, I'm going to love you and leave you because that was nearly 2 hours. I'm so sorry about that, but I just got lost. Oh, well, got lost and made a mess. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I will see you next week, and then it's going to be Patreons only with the other stuff. So if you'd like to come and see what the Patreons are, um, it's on the, and I've just joined some more people to the Facebook group, which is what I want people to use. So a big thank you. I will see you next week. I know, big match, crazy in it. I wish I could do another degree, but I can't. I ain't got time for it. So, 500 would be nice. Right, I'm gonna love you and leave you. So I'll see you next week. Um, I'll let you all know what we're using. Please let us see what you're doing. I think the world of you. If you're not feeling too good, sit down and have 10 minutes with yourself. And you can have a crap day if you want. Make sure it's not more than one or two. And if it is, you need to come and see us in group. So, bye now. Oh, by the way, did I tell you how much you think? Well, I do. Boo, 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 boo. Don't ever do that again. Gold pen with a silver lid.